Have you ever faced a mountain in your life, a problem so big, so overwhelming, that you felt completely powerless? Maybe it's a health diagnosis that leaves you reeling, a financial crisis that seems to have no end, or a relationship that's broken beyond repair. We all face these moments, these impossibilities that whisper defeat into our hearts. What if the key isn't to fight harder, to struggle more, or to find all the answers on your own? What if the key is to let go? Today, we're talking about something powerful, something transformative, letting the will of God handle the impossible. Let go. But I need to do something. I can't just sit back and wait. I hear you. This isn't about passivity or giving up. It's about shifting our perspective. It's about recognizing that our strength, our wisdom, our resources, they have limits, but God's do not. Think about it. We spend so much energy trying to control every outcome, micromanaging every detail of our lives. We create plans, backup plans, and even backup plans for our backup plans. We worry, we strategize, we exhaust ourselves trying to force a door open that was never meant for us. This struggle, this constant striving, it's like trying to hold back the ocean with a bucket. It's an impossible task, and it leaves us drained and discouraged. Surrendering to God's will, an act of profound trust. It's saying, God, I've done everything I can. I've reached the end of my abilities. This situation is bigger than me, and I'm handing it over to you. I trust that your plan is better than my plan. I trust that your timing is perfect. I trust that you can make a way where I see no way. This isn't a magic formula that makes problems disappear overnight. Sometimes, the mountain doesn't move right away, but what does change instantly is you. The moment you release that heavy burden of control, a peace that defies all understanding begins to settle in your soul. The anxiety starts to fade, replaced by a quiet confidence that you're not in this alone. The fear of the unknown is calmed by the assurance that the one who knows all things is in charge. Let's look at some incredible stories of this in action. Remember the story of David and Goliath. Here was a young shepherd boy facing a giant warrior, a seemingly impossible fight. From a human perspective, David had no chance. But David wasn't relying on his own strength. He trusted in God. He said, "The battle is the Lord's." He stepped onto that battlefield with faith, not fear, and we all know how that story ended. The impossible became possible because David let God handle it. Or think about the Israelites trapped at the Red Sea, with Pharaoh's army closing in behind them. There was no escape. It was the definition of an impossible situation. They were terrified, and who could blame them? Your impossible situation might look different. It might not be a giant or an army, but it feels just as big. So, how do we practically do this? How do we let God's will handle our impossibilities? It starts with prayer. Not just a quick, "Please help me," but a real, honest conversation. Pour out your heart to God. Tell Him your fears, your frustrations, your disappointments. Be raw, be real, and then make the conscious decision to surrender it. You can even say it out loud. God, this is too much for me. I'm giving this to you. Your will be done. Next, you have to actively resist the urge to take it back. This is the hard part. The next day, the old habits of worrying and control will try to creep back in. When they do, You remind yourself, nope, I gave this to God, it's in His hands now. You replace the thoughts of worrying with thoughts of faith. You find scriptures that remind you of God's power and promises, and you hold onto them like a lifeline. And then, you watch. You open your eyes to see how God is working. Sometimes, He works in big, dramatic ways, like parting a sea. But more often, He works in quiet, subtle ways. He might send the right person into your life at the right time. He might open a door you never even noticed before. He might give you a new idea, a fresh perspective, or a sudden surge of strength and peace you didn't have before. Letting go of control doesn't mean you do nothing. It means you do the next right thing in front of you, with a spirit of peace instead of panic. You go to work, you take care of your family, you take your medicine, you go to the meeting, but you do it all with the knowledge that the ultimate outcome is not on your shoulders. You are a partner with God, but He is the senior partner. He's the one who handles the impossible. I want you to think about that one thing in your life right now that feels impossible. The thing that keeps you up at night, the thing that steals your joy. I want to invite you, right now, to take a deep breath and mentally hand it over. Picture yourself placing that burden, that problem, that fear, into the strong and loving hands of God. Feel the weight lift off your shoulders, choosing to trust God's will over our own understanding, the ultimate act of faith. It's a journey, not a one-time event. You'll have to make this choice again and again. But every time you do, your faith will grow stronger and your peace will grow deeper. Because when you let go and let God, you're not giving up. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more encouragement. You are not alone in this journey. Let's trust Him together.